Kaguya-sama wa Kokurasetai, ultra romantic. Going into season 3 of Kaguya-sama, I already had high hopes for it to live up to the hype. Both of the previous seasons are good in my opinion, not amazing, but good enough, and I already knew that. You know what was happening this season from everyone spoiling it in every single YouTube comment section. The expectations for this season was even higher. Consider that we had to wait twice as long between S2/S3, taking 2 years to make, compared to S1/S2, which was probably because of the pandemic, but it was still something to consider as a fan. Unfortunately, Kaguya-sama Season 3 drops the ball hard in terms of what gave the series its charm. Story. The elite members of Shuchian Academy's student council continue their competitive day-to-day antics. Council President Miyuki Shirogane clashes daily against Vice President Kaguya Shinomiya, each fighting tooth and nail to trick the other into confessing their romantic love. Kaguya struggles within the strict confines of her wealthy, uptight family, rebelling against her cold default demeanor as she warms to Shirogane and the rest of her friends. Meanwhile, Council Treasurer Ueshigami suffers under the weight of his hopeless crush on Tsubame Koyasu, a popular upperclassman who helps to instill a new confidence in him. Miko Aino, the newest student council member, grows closer to the rule-breaking Ishigami while striving to overcome her own authoritarian moral code. As love further blooms at Shuchian Academy, the student council officers drag their outsider friends into increasingly comedic conflicts. In my opinion, this season was by and large a massive disappointment. I have always believed Love is War to be an overrated rom-com, but nevertheless found the first 2 seasons serviceably decent. Although drenched in romantic tropes I despise, the comedy was consistent and the execution was at a very high level. And yet, this season falls flat on its face, because it focuses on what has long been the weakest part of the series, its drama. I have not read the manga, but why does Kaguya/Shirogane's romance need to be dragged out so incessantly? 3 seasons in, that's nearly 15 hours of your life, folks, and it takes until the very end for just the smallest amount of progress in that department. Why drag it out? The drama? The tension? Sorry, but who in their right mind thought these two were never going to get together? There is no tension. For the laughs, maybe? The pair's tsundere shtick stopped being funny by the end of season 1. There are literally hundreds of tsundere couples in anime. That is not unique in the slightest. Then, there's this new Tsubame/Ishigami love thing going on. Now again, I have not read the manga, but the instant this Tsubame girl was introduced, I thought, there's no way this is going to work out. And yet, that plot element gets dragged on, episode after episode. Just axe it already and stop wasting my time. These are just a couple examples. When you have these tropey dramatic elements, they better conclude quickly, or I get bored and irritated. The older I get, the more these parts of anime have rubbed me the wrong way. One of the stronger parts of this series is its comedy and its side characters. The Shirogane likes Hirthaka, but Chika thinks Hirthaka is a dude who likes other dudes and thus gives Chika a horny nosebleed, was one that genuinely made me laugh hard. It was a misunderstanding piled on top of another misunderstanding in a creative way that made sense. But overall there is less comedy in this season, and for the first time, I found some of it rather stale. Comedy in this series could be nonsensical at times, but it seems this season doubled down on it. For example, the coin game they play in one of the earlier episodes. Plot/story. The writing is so bad now that most episodes are just rerun jokes from season 1 or / and pop culture references. There is an entire episode that is a rap battle ending with Mom Spaghetti, another with an aha reference for their song, Take On Me. This isn't a passing reference or one-time gag, it's the episode. That's just lazy writing. Characters. Somehow, they managed to get worse. For most of the season, attention is taken away from the mains and given to you of all people. They even went out of their way to give him not one, but multiple love interests, and just throwing themselves on him. This author should stay away from social media. It's clear they're easily influenced by public opinion. Because of lazy writing, Miyuki, male MC, went from hardworking honor student to barely functioning human. There was a gag episode in season 1 where Chika was teaching him how to play volleyball, and it was cute. Less cute in season 2 when it was repeated with singing, downright cringe here when repeated 3 times for various episodes. Art and sound. The art is colorful and gorgeous. The sound is decent. I think that one track that reminds me of You Spin Me Round by Dead or Alive was the best one. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but it got a chuckle out of me every time I heard it. The sub is great, although the English dub is kind of underwhelming unfortunately. Bottom line, if you watched this show's first 2 seasons primarily for laughs, you may be disappointed with this one like I was. However, if you want more ham-handed drama and tsundere, misunderstanding, romance, you'll probably like this season more. Thank you for subscribing to the channel and liking the video.